Hey everyone, it's Billy Rude from FIFTY8 magazine. Welcome to my new series about the esoteric symbolism in storytelling. In this series, we'll give deeper insight into the creativity behind storytelling based upon the myth of our life force, our energy that came down and took upon itself matter. And these stories are about each of us and the raising of energy and evolution back up to the ground, called Enlightenment. And the intention of this presentation is to reduce suffering by virtue of truth and sharing the knowledge of how to arrive at one's own. For the only pathway is within. And for those who are aligned with truth, this film will light it up. For those who refuse it, will be darkened. And we are all free to choose whatever path we are on. We can only choose what we believe to be good and give us happiness. But the only error is that man cannot discern the real good from the illusory good.
She's rented space in my brain and she won't move out. And you know what? I don't want her to.
Well, guess what? She won't move either in or out. You know why? Because she doesn't exist. She's just a fantasy. It's a fantasy. Big rotten real.
And this film will help clarify from the real world versus the illusionary world. And today I will use the film Free Guy, directed by Shawn Levy, to explain the true reality versus the illusory reality. And this video is inspired by the work of Dr. David Hawkins and the knowledge of shamanism.
So we get to the core of thinking this, which is the narcissistic, egocentric investment in them. Thoughts are wonderful, valuable, and valid because they're ours. My thoughts. The way you get off that is you realize that thinking this is happening of itself. They aren't your thoughts at all. As you look at the energy fields of consciousness, there are huge thought fields in which your consciousness is immersed, and the thinkingness of all of mankind is what's programming your head, together with last night's TV news, etc. We get off the vanity, so there's a secret vanity to the thinkingness. The thinkingness also brings up a feelingness, and you'll notice that all thinkingness has a payoff. When you think negative thoughts about people, secretly you're punishing them. As your head manufactures these stories, it's strictly egocentric, it's strictly narcissistic. It's very self-indulgent. You see that the ego is in love with itself. So there's like a continuous fount of thinkingness coming out of a energy field that we could just call thinkingness, the energy like a fountain out of which proliferates thinkingness endlessly. One surrenders this to God at greater and greater depth until finally one gets to the very core of thinkingness itself. And one surrenders the identification of self as thinkingness and surrenders thinkingness to God. That is quite a sacrifice.
In this film, I will explain the essential structure of truth by using the character Blue Shirt Guy evolving to Free Guy.
My name is Guy, and I live in paradise.
And to verify truth, it is a product of these 5 steps. 1. Content. 2. The point of observation. 3. Influence of intention. 4. Context. 5. A paradigm jump, which is meaning. And the main character, Blue Shirt Guy, symbolizes consciousness becoming aware of itself to then knowing itself. There is a difference from knowing what a hero is to being a hero.
He's one of the sunglasses people. And the people who wear sunglasses are heroes.
Welcome to the reckoning. You can hear the sirens. Oh, so deafening. As I be living, also reckoning.
They have a devil-may-care attitude, and they run this town.
You're so hot.
Oh, I know.
See what I mean? Hero.
And this film is about the paradigm jump from the mind to the heart. There is an energy in the mind that is constantly creating a stream of thoughts. You watch what's going through consciousness, like a goldfish through a bowl. The thoughts are the goldfish, but you are the water. And the unenlightened person thinks, I am the goldfish. I am my thoughts. I am this worry. I am this fear. I am this regret. Consciousness is what is witnessing these thoughts. And this reality is a matrix of thoughts itself, a dualistic video game.
Life itself, it's essentially a fishbowl game. People aren't playing it, they're watching it grow. It's a strictly observational experience where computer-generated characters interact and evolve. I thought we'd be lucky to give it a whirl.
That's what's so charming about Keys. He's clueless about his own genius.
No, Millie is the genius. She built the AI engine from the ground up.
And the design of the human mind is comparable to a video game in which the brain is the hardware that is capable of playing any software programs fed into it. The hardware is, by design, incapable of protecting itself from false information.
There is a lot of chemistry between the two of you. Has this evolved into
Nope.
more than...
No way, no.
No,
It's
that's
strictly platonic, like best friends.
friendship.
And now your game is going to be released by Tsunami, one of the biggest publishers in the world.
It's crazy.
It is, yeah.
Actually.
It does seem a little bit like an unlikely pairing, though.
Yeah, I didn't totally get it either, but Millie's got a real instinct for these things.
Antoine is a genius. He's brash and obnoxious, but he's really good at what he does. It's a chance for our work to be seen by a wider audience.
God, those two were young and dumb.
So we're breaking and entering now?
How does it feel working for a galactic black hole of frozen shit?
You have to leave. I can't talk to you.
Oh, shame will have that effect.
No, Millie, I mean, I can't talk to you. I can't even see you. I'm literally focusing on background objects because looking at your lips move violates my NDA and it could get me fired.
Oh, fired by Antoine, the guy who stole our work?
No, he bought it and then he shelved it. All right? You're living in the past. You are stuck. You gotta move on.
How can I move on? How can you? Antoine swiped our AI engine to use in his dumb shooter.
Did he, Millie? Because honestly, I'm not so sure. Our game was complex and beautiful and interesting and Free City. It may be popular, but it's so idiotic. It makes me want to cry.
Stop defending him and help me beat his ass.
Millie,
Come on, Keys, he stole from us. And now he's lying about it so he doesn't have to give us the credit and the royalties that we deserve.
Millie.
I found a clue. It's on a clip in a camera stash house. All I need from you is to get me in there.
Millie, I care about you. But you need to leave.
And the mind then believes any software program which society has programmed for it, as it is innocently without any safeguard or protection.
Hold the fudge. You mean to tell me that nobody snapped up those bad boys? Today's the day.
Like every other day.
I'll be back for those.
Oh, so close. I love my life. It's something about finding your lane and just staying in it.
That's why they call them comfort zones. They're so damn comfortable. Oh, Mondays, am I right, Joe?
You said it, guy.
And the human mind is naive, blind to its limitations, and innocently gullible, just like Blue Shirt Guy.
In Free City, I have everything I need.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
Except one thing.
Seem happy?
Oh, come on, don't worry about that, guy. You're gonna find someone.
That's okay, bud. I feel like I've been looking for it forever, you know? Maybe it's not meant to be.
Everybody down on the ground!
And the mind is contaminated by emotions, feelings, prejudices, blind spots, denials, projections, paranoia, phobias, fears, regrets, guilts, worries, and anxieties, along with fearsome specters of poverty, old age, sickness, death, failure, rejection, loss, and disaster.
Wow, life in the big city. Ain't nothing like it.
Looks like rain. Has anyone seen my hat?
And the fact is that the mind has no means of telling the truth from falsehood. The human mind likes to believe that it is dedicated to truth, but in reality, it really seeks its confirmation of what it already believes. And by consciousness studies, about 35 to 40% of the public really are interested in truth. So by watching this film, you are a part of that group, But this film will also not be welcomed or warmly greeted by those who profit from the illusions of this reality. But the primary issue is that the design of the human mind renders it intrinsically incapable of being able to tell truth from falsehood. This single, most crucial of all inherited defects lies at the root of all human suffering, and everyone is a victim of the ignorance and limitations of the human mind and ego.
I'd like to try a cappuccino. Please.
But you get a medium coffee, cream, 2 sugars. That's what you get. That's what everyone gets. Every day, always.
Well, hey, somebody's about to get shot. Sir Johnny, I just thought I'd try something different today, you know? Whatever, right? I'm just keeping you on your toes. Coffee, cream, 2 sugars, please. I'm joking.
And the majority of content of the average mind is programmed to attack itself with self-hatred, depression, guilt, low self-esteem, envy, greed, conflict, and endless misery. And these defects are projected onto the world as hate, war, violence, and genocide. The ego defends its limitations with prideful denial, thus becoming its own victim. And in consciousness research, that approximately 99% of the mind is silent, and only 1% is actually hypnotized by that 1% of activity and identifies with it as me.
The mind is 99% silent, only 1% is talking.
And that 1% that's hypnotized the...
We call that me.
It is oblivious to the silent 99% of the field because it is invisible and formless.
Don't have a good day, have a great day.
Love that song.
That's a new one.
And everyone secretly believes that their view of the world is right, and everyone else is wrong. And the ego mind does not experience the world, but only its own perception of it. The world we witness is merely the drama of the collective egos acting out on the perceptual stage of form in time. The ego uses the mind as camouflage and becomes hidden in its clever constructions. The unaware ego is insatiable, does not care about the rights of others or even the lives of others, and thus views divinity as the ultimate opposition.
Good morning, sheeple! Oh, you are fired!
There is some concern with the bloody zombies. Retailers won't carry the game.
None of it's out. Never even happened next.
It's your lawyers. They need to get your deposition scheduled.
Which lawsuit are we talking about? Millie Rusk. No sweat. That will never see the inside of a courtroom because she's got no proof and her ex-partner works for me.
We are never experiencing the true reality, but the ego's interpretation of reality. This reality to most is experiencing the ego's interpretation, not the true events or reality.
This is Free City. You could rob a store, carjack someone, punch a pedestrian in the face. You'll figure it out.
Well, I'd never hurt innocent people.
I've got to admit, that is kind of refreshing. Sometimes forget not everyone you meet on here is a sociopathic man-child.
Thank you. Wait, the world isn't that bad, though, is it?
Oh, it's pretty bleak. If you ever met the dick responsible for this world, you'd agree.
Are we talking about God? You've met God? And he's a dick?
If you want to have any chance of making an impact here, you need to have a higher level than that.
That's tough. Oh,
No.
Higher level?
Good Lord, Rook. You see?
Oh.
That's mine. And that's yours.
Oh. What, is one the best or the worst?
There is literally nothing lower.
Well, how do I get to a higher level?
Really?
Really?
You know, get stuff.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? Experience,
Yep.
guns, put that down. Money. I don't know if anybody does it, but you could rack experience points up by being a good guy.
Like a hero.
Ooh, easy, Tiger. If you don't want to shoot people, you could steal their guns. All that shit makes your level go up. Go be the good guy.
Okay, no, I'm gonna be a great guy.
Ooh, okay.
Consciousness calibration. And the maximum calibrated level of consciousness possible in the human domain has been 1,000, which is that of the world's acknowledged great avatars and saviors of mankind. In contrast, the top limits of the ego, intellect, mind, reason, and logic calibrate at 499, which represents mastery of the linear domain. And right now, only 75% of the total human population calibrates below consciousness level 210. So the lack of concern for the rights of others is demonstrated daily. Above 200, there is the emergence of benign civility and concern for the lives and rights of others.
I'm sorry that I haven't been around, bud. I've been figuring some stuff out.
What you mean figure stuff out? It is nothing to figure out. Okay, you go to bed, you wake up, then you get some coffee, then you come to work, and then you repeat the same thing tomorrow.
The girl.
Oh my God.
I talked to her.
The one with the sunglasses?
With the sunglasses, yes! I talked to one of the sunglass people, and now I'm one of the sunglass people.
Me?
And intellectualization calibrates at 410, which is still a limitation. And consciousness level 500 reflects the emergence of a new, more advanced paradigm of reality, with consideration and loving of others become dominant. And that unique quality called love gives life its meaning and value.
Put them on. No. Life doesn't have to be something that just happens to us. Right? Just put the glasses on and you're gonna see. You're gonna see. Come on.
I can't, okay? I'm sorry.
You're my best friend, buddy. You don't have to be scared. If you change your mind, be around.
And statistically, love at level 500 is reached by 4% of the world's population. Unconditional love at level 540 by only 0.4%, and over level 600 is reached by only a few.
As you get into the 500s, it's not hard to get the high 500s. I mean, it's hard, but it's not hard. You just do the Course in Miracles assiduously, pray up a storm, forgive everybody and everything, and be loving in all regards at every instant. And life transforms itself like that. Then the 600s, I think, begin, yes, they begin to open, the window opens to it and then it closes. You're walking through the woods and suddenly there's that absolute stillness and the present, there's a sense of a presence. One knows one's in the presence of God.
Very advanced stages of consciousness are extremely rare. There are about 6 sages on the planet that calibrate over 600 or over. And these 6 at those higher stages balance the massive negativity of the majority of the world's population, averaging around 210. The mind actually deals in presumptions, appearances, perceived events, non-provable conclusions, and mental activities that it misidentifies as reality.
Blue shirt guy.
Blue shirt. Yes. Hello, officer. Rabbit?
Nice skin.
Thank you. That's sweet.
How'd you get it?
Well, mostly genetics, I think. I'm pretty lucky. I have naturally dewy skin.
Listen up, Neutrogena. You know you can't go around looking like that. The rules are clear. And another thing, you can't hack the NPC avatars.
No, sir.
It screws up the mission load, and it makes the game look bad.
Horrible!
Yeah. I got like 5% of that.
Lose the skin!
How am I supposed to get rid of my skin?
Take it off, man. Just take it off. What are you doing?
What?
Seriously.
The whole thing, the face, the outfit, everything. Ditch it. If you don't, we're gonna kill you.
Why?
And we're gonna keep killing you.
Still why?
Until we do find out who you are, and then we're gonna ban you for life.
No. Okay, I want to comply. I just find the order of those threats very confusing.
Somebody's about to get shot.
This is the natural consequence associated with the physical reality of the experience of life as a body. A person identifies with this body because this mind is experiencing this body. No such reality as that constructed by the mind actually exists, hence the illusion. Operationally, the mind is dualistic, sets up separatist mentations, based on positionalities and personalities that have no intrinsic reality. By design, the mind has a defect, and that it cannot differentiate mentalizations about the seeming appearance of the world versus the world as it actually is. The ego is enamored of its life story and its central character, and the mind and intellect are each inherently defective and therefore incapable of arriving at absolute truth. All mental approaches to a definition of truth are eventually confronted by the necessity of making a paradigm jump from the abstract to the experiential, from the supposedly objective to the radically subjective. And the essence of experiencing in all its forms, such as thinking, feeling, seeing, knowing, and so on, is the presence of this subjective quality. We have to look further to find out what this subjective experiencing is that is ever present. Without it, there would not be the possibility of knowing that one exists, and the human mind without help is unable to tell truth from falsehood due to its own innate structure and design, and it is so staggering in discovery. It is so confrontational to the average mind, and in order to make the jump, consciousness needs energy, a feminine push to the spiritual path. How are we aware or even know that we exist? When we act upon that self-inquiry, it leads us directly and non-verbally to the ever-present reality. Once we identify with our underlying awareness, consciousness, instead of the what it is conscious about, is the direct route to our true self and reality.
Why are you doing all of this?
I don't know, I guess I felt trapped. You know, in my life, I just felt so...
Stuck.
Yeah. And then I saw you. And I saw you.
Who are you?
Guy.
No, who are you really?
Still Guy.
All of this. We're leveling up so fast. Giving this whole world the finger. How are you pulling this off?
I've never given anyone any of my fingers. No, not doing that. What's happening right now?
I don't know, but I don't buy it.
No.
Okay, fine. I'll forget it.
Good.
I'll let it go.
Yes. Great.
We'll have our secrets, I guess.
Yes, we do.
Hey!
Do you like ice cream?
This basic subjective sense of I is capable of reflexive self-knowing, where in contrast the mind merely thinks.
Come here, it's quiet and safe.
Yeah, it makes sense. No missions here.
To clarify, it is helpful to search for the source of the quality of subjectivity, which is not a who, but an innate quality of sentient life, a what.
It's bubblegum flavor. You think I'm crazy, don't you?
Guy? Get out of my brain hole! I love bubblegum ice cream.
No, you don't. Are you making fun of me right now?
No! Nobody likes bubblegum ice cream.
No, I do.
I had a relationship end over bubblegum ice cream.
No way.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How good is that?
You can taste it.
Taste it. It's like my tongue at a baby with a sunrise. Coffee used to be my favorite food, but compared to this, it tastes like liquid suffering. What?
Nothing. You're funny.
I am?
Yeah. Weird funny. But it's kind of my speed.
Weird funny, that's totally my speed too.
Without consciousness, the individual will not know or even know if he or she knows. And the problems Blue Shirt Guy goes through is the misidentification and process of spiritual discovery. When one looks to discover what it is that is aware of and has the authority to sense the existence of isness rather than a specific me, a form or style of contemplation that leads one to self-realization is witnessing and observing. And the physical universe is a vibrational frequency spectrum beyond which the physical dissolves into the invisible. Spiritually inspired individuals who have been devoted to the inner search for the core truth itself have reported that beyond ordinary mind, there is a potential experiential capacity that enables the realization of the presence of the field itself, the source of all existence.
Okay, this is too weird. Vintage Mariah, bubblegum ice cream, and now swings. This is too weird.
The same thing too. I thought the same thing.
When I was younger, I was obsessed with swings. Growing up in my family, it was... You don't want to hear this. No.
Oh, I want to hear everything.
Oh, growing up in my family, I wasn't good enough to be great. You had to win, and that pressure, you know, it's just constant. But when I was in the backyard on that little swing, you know that moment, that split second between like rising and falling when you're totally weightless and feels like you're free.
Free. What you said. I really want to kiss you. Is that weird?
You want to kiss me?
I want to kiss you so badly.
You want to kiss me badly?
Yeah, no. No. I want to kiss you well. I mean, I'm an idiot, so I say things
No,
like an
you're
idiot
not.
sometimes.
You're not. I mean, if you know how to, go for it.
I know how.
Okay.
Here it goes. So much better than ice cream. Whoa.
I think someone's at the door.
I'll say.
This was great. Let's meet up again sometime soon.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe in the real world.
Yeah. Bye, Molotov.
Hey. My real name is Millie.
My real name continues to be Guy.
And the ego is a compilation of positionalities held together by vanity and fear. It is undone by radical humility, which undermines its propagation. Cease to identify with the body, the mind, or emotions as me.
Our game, life itself, where characters would grow and change and feel real, worked. The AI worked. It's the reason why Free City is so realistic and people love it so much. And of course it doesn't look the same. There's no waterfalls, there's no butterflies and unicorns, all the characters have different skins. Of course they do. But the underlying code in the game is the same. Our code. And Guy, I mean, he has evolved way further than we thought was even possible.
Wait, are you talking about the hacker in the NPC skin?
Millie, I'm talking about the fact that blue shirt guy is not a player. He is an algorithm who thinks he's alive. I mean, hell, technically, he is alive. He is the first real artificial intelligence.
No.
I know.
No.
Yeah.
Guy?
Guy.
My guy? One
Your
who
guy.
has been holy.
This is a good thing.
No, it's really bad.
Millie, his code, it's thousands of times the size it should be. We did it, Mills. We did it. Everything that we wanted to create, it actually happened. Okay? Did you know that the NPCs have private lives? One of the baristas learned how to make a cappuccino through trial and error. I mean, that's really difficult. I can't even do that. I can't even froth my own oat milk in the morning. And the bombshell character in the game wrote a memoir that's a searing indictment of gender roles, the patriarchy. And I mean, it's a little preachy in parts, but overall it's pretty good. I mean, Millie, we have to celebrate.
No, this can't be happening.
What are you talking about? This is what we've been
No,
working for.
I let him kiss me. So yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait, you let who kiss you?
Guy.
Guy.
The first time I kiss a non-toxic guy in like forever, and of course he's not even real.
There's not a button for that.
Oh, he found the button.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so confused and surprisingly curious. You let an artificially intelligent video game character kiss you, and then you thought that would be
it like that? Because you have got to meet him, Keys. He's funny and he's sweet and he's so handsome and oh my God, now I'm saying it out loud.
Also, Millie, food for thought. He's like 4.
Really?
Be truthful and admit that they are yours, but not you. And the core of spiritual work is aligned with the undoing and unloading of the mind rather than its enrichment.
What? What is it?
Antoine, what else? He's lying. He lied about using our code. He's been lying about the game being backwards compatible. I think he's lying about Free City 1.
What are you talking about?
Look, you see? There's not one mission, not one location. I mean, there's not even a single character from Free City 1 on here. Free City 2 is not an update.
It's a replacement.
Exactly.
So when Free City 2 launches on Monday.
Blue shirt guy, all proof of our code, everything will be deleted.
He can't do that. I mean, this is artificial life we're dealing with. I mean, that's insane. We're screwed.
Maybe not. If we can find our original build in the game, it'll prove that Antoine used our code without properly licensing it. We just have to find it before Free City 2 launches.
That we are not our minds, but inherited them and its thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and opinions.
But now that we both know about Blue Shirt Guy, maybe he can help?
That would mean I'd have to tell him.
Millie, he's not gonna exist once the sequel launches. His whole world's about to end. Don't you think you'd want a chance to save it?
One does not have to destroy the ego or even work on it. The only simple task is to let go the identification with it as its real self. Just let go the ownership, authorship, and the delusion that one invented or created this self and see that it was just merely a mistake. The mind reveals an endless stream of options, all disguised as memories, fantasies, fears, concepts, and so on. They are just random channels that appear on the screen of the mind.
Has anyone seen my cat?
Hey, that's Phyllis. She's always losing her cats. And there's Joe. He's my friend. I know that guy. I don't get it. Who is this place?
There is no easy way to say this. But this city is a game.
There's no easy way to say this. I know it's a game. You taught me how to play it. Boop, boop.
Yes, you're right, I did, but it's not just that it's like a game, it is a game.
It's a video game, and that's all it is.
So the entire world is a game.
Yes.
And we're all just players in the game?
Not exactly. I'm a player. All these people here are players. We live in the real world. But you only exist here.
It's why you can never leave Free City.
You're what we call an NPC.
NPC, that the policeman and the muscular bunny rabbit, they call me that. What is an NPC?
Just watch.
Everybody get down on the ground! Nobody try to be a hero. This will all be over soon.
I don't understand.
You're a non-player character. A background person. Someone designed to make the game more fun for real people.
Wait, hold on a second. Just stop for a second. I want to make sure that I'm getting this straight. I just want to fully understand here. So I'm fake. The entire world is fake. I'm not even a main character. I'm just this idiot who's in the background. I mean, Millie, why are you even saying this? I love you.
You only think that because it's in your programming.
To limit the mind to what is provably known is to reduce it in size and influence so it becomes one's servant and not one's master. The ego lives in fear while love is fearless. When the mind is transcended, there is nothing left to ask about. That which is complete lacks nothing, and that completion is self-evident in its allness, the eternal silence.
Guy, I need you to listen to me. In 2 days, the game is going to shut down for good.
When this sequel launches,
This whole city, you, all the people in it who aren't players, they'll be gone forever. You need to listen.
My whole life, I felt like there had to be something more, and then I saw you. And I knew I was right. I was right. And for a second, I felt amazing.
I know.
Except you don't know, because we're not the same. Isn't that what you said? You said that. We're not the same. You're real. And I'm what? I'm what?
You're not. You're not.
Well, I may not be real, but for a second there, I felt pretty alive.
And when the sense of self is identified as consciousness itself, we become enlightened. It is only beyond the paradox of the mind, transcending the ego reality that we have. The inner process is primarily one of re-energizing illusions rather than one acquiring new information. And the ego self is not a who, but an it. It is addicted to the experience equality. Unknown to the ordinary mind is a fourth dimension, which is one of awareness itself. It is independent of content or experiencing, or even participating, analyzing, or recording. The quality is effortless, peaceful, and compatible with the contemplative lifestyle. It leads to the state classically termed as samadhi. And to clear the mind, merely note that nothing at all of it is special or unique value, or worth except by invested, superimposed, and projected belief. Withdraw value, worth, importance, and interest.
I say, okay, so what if I'm not real?
I'm sorry. So what?
Yeah, so what?
But if you're not real, doesn't that mean that nothing you do matters?
What does that mean? Look, brother, I am sitting here with my best friend trying to help him get through a tough time, right? And even if I'm not real, this moment is. Right here, right now. This moment is real. I mean, what's more real than a person trying to help someone they love? Now, if that's not real, I don't know what is.
Do you know the other security guards?
Well, I know them all. Why?
Hey, buddy. Let's not have a good day. Let's have a great day.
And with practice, one can stay focused on the quality of consciousness as a process without actually getting involved in the what that is being processed or experienced.
Now, from the beginning, Guy's behavior is much more complex than it should be, thanks to our code. But he's still stuck in Free City. He's still stuck in this life, this loop. And then something changes. He comes to life. If why? And then I remembered one of the characters from life itself. It's this guy that I nicknamed Lovelorn. And he was someone who was designed to never meet the right person. It was essentially the building blocks of the character. But he never stopped hoping that he would meet the girl of his dreams. So I had to base this girl off of someone, and who better than the person that I was sitting next to every day? You. But then, one day, he meets you in Free City. And once he sees you, he can never be the same. He was supposed to feel doomed, but instead, he feels alive until eventually, he is alive. You changed him, Millie. You changed his code, and I think you can do it again. You brought him to life, Millie. You brought him to life.
One then realizes that one is the audience rather than the participant or subject.
Are you sick of living in the background? Aren't you sick of being shot at?
Enough.
Taken hostage?
No more.
Run over?
We done with that.
Robbed, stabbed, used as a human shield?
We are tired of this damn!
Buddy!
Sorry.
What are you trying to say, Guy?
I'm trying to say that things in this city don't have to be this way. Things can be different.
Different how?
For starters, you can put your arms down. There you go. You got it. Yeah, keep pushing. There you go. Breathe through it. There you go.
Nope.
Nope.
That feels unnatural. I mean, what about when someone runs in with a gun? Having my arms up is just a real time saver.
Except, what if the guy with the gun doesn't come?
What? Really? There's always a guy with a gun. So many guys with guns.
People, what if our world doesn't have to be so scary? What if we can change it?
Spiritual reality is a greater source of pleasure and satisfaction than the world can supply. It is endless and always available in the present instead of the future. There is greater freedom living on the knife edge of the moment than being a prisoner of that past or having expectations of the future.
We don't have to be spectators to our own lives. We can be whatever we want.
We can't all be you, Guy.
That's not true. What's inside of me is inside of you too. It's inside of each and every one of you. You're growing.
I need more in my life than drip coffee. I want to make
Cappuccino.
a goddamn difference in the world.
Much, much better.
And a green tea boba. Holy shit! That's right!
You go, Camille. If I could just make it out past that water. There's a world out there where we can be free, where we get to decide who we want to be, where we can matter. But we have to fight for it. We have to fight together.
You guys have always done what's expected of you, but that shit ends today.
Yeah! I don't even know what's happening right now, but I love it!
Yes!
I love it too. Come on, guys, get in here.
When the mind stops talking, one is aware that one is life. One is immersed in it rather than being on the surface, talking about it. When we escape the illusions of the ego self in reality, one has already escaped the primary cause of all suffering. There is no life story to react to or edit when we are in the frame of the present. We see things is as it is, without comment or objectives. One stops reacting to life so that it can be enjoyed with serenity. The ego does not become enlightened, but instead disappears and collapses. It is then replaced by transcendental reality, as described by the Buddha. Buddha nature. Non-resistance does not mean to ignore or deny. Instead, it means to witness, observe, to be aware, which is an experiential style. It moves from one being the imaginary actor in the movie of life to being the witness observer, who is emotionally uninvolved yet capable of participation.
I remember.
Welcome back.
No, I remember everything. Come with me.
I do this every day. So much I'd forgotten why. You see that? Right there.
Oh my God. Oh my God! Antoine hit our original build past the horizon, making it invisible, but he forgot to scrub the reflections. It's still out there, Guy. We just can't see it. If we can get there, that is the evidence we need.
You can't go past the waterline. I tried.
We need help.
When personal will surrenders and divine will takes its place, creation becomes continuous and evolutionary and subserves the unfolding awareness. There is no who witnessing, experiencing, or observing. Rather, it is an innate quality that is operating effortlessly without the drain of the energy of intention to modify the process. A contemplative lifestyle facilitates transfer of the sense of identity from body-mind to witness-observer, which is more primary and closer to the truth of the self and the real reality. The next step is the withdrawal of the sense of I from the witness-observer, where it moves to the faculty of consciousness and awareness itself.
Antoine found a way to hide it in plain sight in the one place no one can even get to.
I can't even believe he's smart enough to be this diabolical.
Please, I need you to focus.
Okay, so the reflection shows the build past the southern horizon, but the game physics won't allow you past the beach.
You think you can find a way to get us past the collision mesh?
We're gonna need a bridge.
You just get to Hitman's Beach and I'll figure out the rest. And Millie?
Be careful.
Antoine may be an asshole, but he's not stupid. He'll figure out what you're up to and he'll throw everything he's got at you.
You're right.
Which is a quality rather than a personality. Without belief in its appearance as defined by perception, the world we thought was real disappears. When we choose to be at one with the inner, ever-present potentiality of joy and peace, the world transforms into a humorous amusement park, and all the drama is seen to be just drama. The world that the ego pictures is a projection of its own illusions and arbitrary positionalities. No such world exists, and life can be pictured as a series of stop frames, like the flip books of childhood. This poses the conundrum. Is it the world that is moving, or is it the mind? Change is merely a process of sequential perception. From the viewpoint of the ego's positionality and limited scope, the world seems to need endless fixing and correction. This illusion collapses as vanity. Pure consciousness is like a mirror of itself. It provides context from the formless to form based on intention to then experience. Life itself cannot be destroyed, but can only change form by shifting to a new frequency range, and in this case, the etherical and spiritual. To understand the true reality is to know the nature of love itself. The radical reality is that to understand the essence of anything is to know love. And the ultimate reality is beyond all names. I signifies the radical subjectivity of the state of realization.
Has it ever occurred to you that some things matter more than numbers?
What matters more than numbers? Money? Yo, newsflash, bro. Money is still numbers. Nothing matters more than numbers. You should be thanking me.
I should be thanking you. What about the profits that you got from our work?
You chose your side, little Padawan. And now it's time for you to take your place next to the Emperor. You get me, bro?
Yeah, I get you, bro. Which leads me to this.
It is in itself the complete statement of reality. With this expansion of knowledge to include the non-linear, non-duality of reality, it will become stunningly apparent that the most profound, radically scientific statement that is possible to make is I am the creator of my reality.
I think you have to learn to quit thinking. Underneath the thinkingness is an infinite silence. Right this instant, I'm tuned into the silence. Nothing at all is happening. Do you like that? No TV on, no dog barking, no nothing going on?
Yes.
What happens with that in that space? There's
Nothing.
nothing happening?
Nothing's happening.
Everything's peaceful and quiet. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, live there. Stay there. Get what that space is and carry it with you as that which you are.
And the prevalence of inner silence is the threshold of the dawning realization that everything is happening of itself and that nothing is causing anything. And one becomes aware that such constructions are merely forms of mental entertainment. The realization of the presence of divinity unfolds of its own when the ego and its perceptual positionalities are surrendered, and the true reality lies just beyond the mind.
Buddy! Hey, no, keep going! Go on without me! I've been scared my whole damn life. I'm not scared anymore.
Sorry.
I'm not. It's been the best day of my life. You get to that field. Show we matter.
And the ego mind is dissolved by acceptance and compassion that arises out of understanding its intrinsic nature and origin. The Buddha categorized thinkingness as a sensory modality and the brain as a sense organ, indicating that mentalization was a modality akin to sensation, touch, hearing, seeing, and taste. So the Buddha listed that we actually have 6 senses, rather than the Western traditional view as 5 senses. The power of love is transformative, and our consciousness moves from getting to giving, and is discovered that happiness is the intrinsic, automatic consequence of contributing to the happiness of others, thereby fulfilling one's own potentiality as well as individuality. We have to trust the importance of letting go and surrendering negative belief systems and emotions and adopting a more merciful and forgiving attitude towards self and others. When we learn the benefit of letting go of egocentric goals, the ego itself then becomes the springboard to spiritual inquiry and the means to its own transcendence.
And here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Right here, I got everything you care about. The sliver that's left of Free City, all your little background friends, including your digital boyfriend. Last server.
Look, I just want the world that I built and the people in it.
What's in it for Antoine?
Everything else.
Meaning, pretend I'm dumb.
You have the rights to our code, keep all the profits, just give me what's left of Free City. Let me build my own world from there.
What about Free City 2? Free City 3? And all pursuant spin-offs?
All yours. Just put down the axe.
You know that this is like the dumbest deal in the history of dumb deals, right? I mean, you're talking about giving up millions of dollars. Why would anyone do that?
Because Keys and I made something great. And I don't need money or fame to prove that to myself. I'm done playing your game, Antoine. It's time I played mine. Deal?
And once we become aware that we are not this ego mind, the thoughts, beliefs, or emotions, then we will transcend into the space of the heart, which is symbolized as an island. This transcendence of the mind to the heart will reflect in a completely new, unlimited reality. And it is only through the love of self, which is consciousness and energy, that this reality will be transformed.
Look, this is harder than I thought.
Then let me do it for you. Guy, you are dreamy. Your taste in blue shirts and 5-octave musical superstars, it's deeply, deeply attractive to me. But I can't keep spending all my time with you. I created this world, but I can't live my life in it. See? Is that so hard?
So what are you gonna do?
Anything I want. Thanks to you. I'm not stuck in a loop anymore. Neither are you. I love you, Millie. You know, maybe that is my programming talking, but guess what? Someone wrote that program. I'm just a love letter to you. Somewhere out there is the author.
You brought him to life. You brought him to life. And he was alive because he met the one person he'd been waiting for his whole life. And I had to make it realistic, so I based it off of you. The woman of his dreams. She was the same as mine. So she liked bubblegum ice cream and swing sets. And she had this very cute but oddly specific habit of always humming this classic Mariah Carey track. Like all the time, she would repeat.
Finally.
So where's the bank?
There is no bank.
So what do we do?
Whatever we want.